Do you know where the most valuable piece of real estate is? Graveyards. Because there's billion-dollar ideas sitting in the ground from people that never took action. I want you to close your eyes for a second and imagine you are sitting in a room with a billionaire. What would you ask them? What would you want to learn from them? How could this one conversation change your life forever? We all knew we needed mentors in order to be successful. You hear it all the time. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. Do you ever have that feeling like everyone else around you is succeeding and you just can't figure it out? Really successful entrepreneurs that value investing in themselves. And you want to learn from $100 million business owners and even billionaires. The one common thread we've learned interviewing so many successful people is that mentorship is one of the prominent things that take people to the top of any business, no matter what industry they're in. I'm about to interview some of the richest women in the entire world, including Sara Blakely, the youngest self-made female billionaire in the entire world. And I'm gonna be going around to find some of the richest women that live here to figure out how they built their fortunes. With that being said, let's go meet some billionaires. Well, how did you get rich?
Worked hard.
What line of business are you in?
Film.
Producer, director, what are you doing?
Producer.
What was your most proud accomplishment in the film industry?
Probably amassing almost $2 billion in revenue.
Excuse me, ma'am. How did you get rich?
How did I get rich?
Yes.
Working really, really hard.
And what line of business? Are you a business owner?
Finance.
You were in finance. On Wall Street or what?
That I can't tell you.
If there's one piece of financial advice that you learned throughout your career that you could instill in the younger generation, what would that be?
Invest in things you understand.
Like what? What was that for you? What was the best vehicle?
Real estate.
Did you ever own a business?
Yes.
What was the biggest issue you had?
$1 billion.
Did you have anybody that doubted you in business?
No.
Nobody doubted you?
No.
Why not?
Somebody that did cost them a lot of money. Listen, all is fair, and I believe in doing things fairly, and that business can be a win-win for anybody, but you should never get in a situation where you think that somebody else is not worthy of whatever. Everybody deserves a break and a chance to prove themselves in business.
With each of your properties, did you have an LLC for each property?
Yes.
How many LLCs do you own?
Over 50.
Over 50 LLCs? And how important was that?
Oh, it's critical. I mean, here's the thing. An LLC is a veil of protection, and everybody should understand their taxes. It will serve you for the rest of your life.
You said you're 62 today.
Yes.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had
Yes.
one more message for the younger generation, what would that be?
Live while you're alive.
What's that mean?
Enjoy your life.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I'm not a millionaire.
No?
No, I'm a billionaire.
How did you become a billionaire?
Well, working hard, shaping eyebrows.
So you're in the beauty business?
Yes, I'm in a beauty business. I own a company called Anastasia Beverly Hills. Oh, I started in 1997.
Are you self-made?
Yes, totally.
So you don't come from a lot of money?
No, I came here from a communist regime from Romania, and I didn't speak the language. I didn't have any money. I didn't know anyone, and I really believed in eyebrows.
Did you take on a lot of investors?
No, I mean, when I sold in 2018, I didn't have. I own 100% of
Are
the
you
company.
serious?
Yeah.
How much did you sell for?
The company was evaluated of $3 billion. Nobody believed in eyebrow business.
Did you have anybody that doubted you in business?
Oh, absolutely. The landlord that I wanted to rent the space, the bank didn't want to give me a credit card. Everybody, my own husband didn't believe that this will be a business.
Why didn't you listen to anybody else?
You know why? Because I really believed it. I really believed that eyebrow is such an important feature in our face, and I fixed my own eyebrow. This is how everything started.
As a billionaire, what's the best financial advice you would give to the younger generation?
If you want to start your own business, watch the cash flow. EBITDA is everything. You know,
It's all about the profit.
It's all about the profits. Don't start spending money left and right. When I started, I was driving a beat-up car that I spent $200. Okay, and it didn't matter if my daughter thought that I couldn't drive her to school because the kids will make fun of her, or my clients, the perception of people like, oh, I have to fit in with everybody else. I didn't care. I had a bigger goals, and it was important for me to save every penny to put into my business. And for many years, this is what I did. Every money I will generate, I will put back into the business.
You just kept reinvesting.
That's it. Yes. I didn't buy cars. I worked nonstop, so I didn't have even time to spend the money I was making.
Now, when you started to generate cash flow and reinvest in the business, how did you scale?
You have to scale to produce more products, to widen the distribution, and of course, you start learning the business. Slowly, you make a lot of mistakes. I made many mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes, and the key is to never make the same mistake twice. Social media right now, because you asked me how I scaled. My daughter that worked with me and we used to travel to promote the products, in 2012, she came to me and said, Mom, maybe we'll get into this app called Instagram and we don't need to travel that much. And I said, okay.
Okay.
Let's try. Let's see. Anybody else is like, I don't believe it. I don't want, like, absolutely anything. I will try anything. So we start posting pictures of our products, and it went viral. And this is how we start sending products to some makeup artists or women and men that love products and our makeup. And they used to do tutorial on YouTube or pictures for Instagram. And we're the first beauty brand having a presence on Instagram. And this is how we scale. It's exploded the company. So you always have to be alert. Don't sit here and do the same business that you did 20 years ago.
You have to adapt. You got to
You
pivot.
have to adapt. You have to pivot. Business changes every day. Right now with AI, I'm looking into, I want to learn more. I want to implement AI as much as I can in finance, in product development, in distribution, everything.
You've already built $1 billion company. You've became a billionaire. Are you still motivated to keep on going?
Oh, I work like I can pay my rent next month.
So you're working like the rents do?
Oh, yes.
Why?
Like, I love it. I love what I do. I don't even feel like I work. And that's the key, actually. I find that I'm more successful, that I have a purpose every day, me and my daughter. Money are great, don't get me wrong. I love whatever I have, what I build, I work hard for it. But that's not everything in life. My family, my clients, my friends. Every day I wake up and I love challenge. I love to solve problems. So I have a great life.
Does money buy happiness?
Depends how you define happiness.
It buys freedom.
Freedom. That's, yes. I think money buys freedom.
Not fulfillment, though.
No fulfillment. No, absolutely.
If me and you died tomorrow
Yes.
and you had one more guiding principle to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Oh my God. Don't be afraid to start, to do whatever your heart is telling you. Believe in yourself. That's very important. And you don't need to be like somebody else. I know it's a lot of bullying right now on social media at school for younger people. You don't need to be like somebody else. It's okay. Thank you so
Thank you so much
I
for your time.
appreciate you
Now-
and wish you good luck. And everybody else that is watching, believe in yourself, because you could do whatever you want.
Excuse me, ma'am. Question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
33.
33?
Yeah, 33.
And how did you get rich?
I run a tech
Why
company.
have you been a business owner?
So I left Wall Street in 2013. My job was to keep rich people rich for a living. I came up with the idea in 2013, but we didn't make our money until 2017 as a business.
So what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Just shy of 10 million.
So where do the wealthiest people put their money? I want you to think about the richest people that you've ever met. Where are they investing their money in today's world?
80% of their money typically is in marketable securities, so stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETF, things like that. 10% of their wealth is in cash, and then the other 10% is in alternative investments. Those are the investments that you can't turn into cash quickly. So things like real estate, things like private investments that can give you the ability to grow your wealth tremendously over the next 5 to 10 years. But it's all invested. Wealthy people do not put their money in cash. It's always in something that has a potential to grow their wealth.
Do they keep their money in a savings account?
No, wealthy people put their money to work. I think we all have job descriptions. Even me running my business, they give their money a job description. You cannot save or work your way to wealth. You can only invest your way there. I think one of the biggest things I learned about the 1% on Wall Street, they believe they have power. They believe they deserve to be in a room. They believe they're supposed to be wealthy. Most people don't even believe they deserve a seat at the table.
You're going to be a billionaire?
Absolutely. $1 billion CEO right here. Absolutely. Yeah.
Your last message to the younger generation.
Wealth does not have a color. Therefore, it looks like you, it looks like me, and it starts in the mind. Just because you didn't grow up with wealth, just because you may not have a lot of money now, doesn't mean you can effectively build wealth. But the key is ownership. You have to create your wealth by owning companies that you know you use and believe in, or create your own business.
I got all the secrets.
Who am I here with today?
Sarah Blakely.
And for those that don't know, what was your business?
I make butts look better. My business was Spanx.
You're the founder of Spanx.
I'm the founder of Spanx.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions of dollars?
yeah.
And did you sell your company?
I did.
For how much?
I sold it for $1.2 billion.
Are you a billionaire?
That makes me a billionaire, yes.
For the ones that don't know, did you have a lot of money when you started your business?
No, I had $5,000 that I had saved myself from selling fax machines door to door for 7 years. Do you guys know what a fax is?
Was it easy to get people to invest in your company?
It was so easy for me to get investors. You know why? I'm the only investor.
You never took on investors?
I never had a single investor in Spanx other than me.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Self-funded the entire 21 years. Investor, I sat down with myself and I was like, do you want to spend your $5,000 on a vacation or do you want to try to bet on yourself?
And you bet on yourself.
And I bet on myself.
So you don't think people should look to give their company away and give that ownership away to other people?
Listen, whatever you give away in your business, you have to be very willing to give up.
So you give up control.
Give
You
up
got to
control.
control. You got to make all the shots. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, I literally had no investors. I got to answer to my own intuition, which I really honored throughout the whole journey. I always pay attention to intuition over data, and I don't think investors really understand that, so that worked in my favor because intuition's not on a spreadsheet.
Did you face a lot of rejection?
Rejection is my middle name. I actually got rejected so much, people would rip up my business card in my face and they would escort me out of buildings. So by the time I started Spanx, rejection I knew was just part of the formula to success. Totally unfazed by rejection. In fact, the more I would get rejected, I'm like, oh, I'm closer to my yes.
So you have to do whatever it takes to really become successful.
Absolutely. You do whatever it takes.
I saw in a video that you did recently that you think people should wait to talk about their idea with other people. But there's other people that maybe argue that and say that you need to talk about your business and run it by as many people as possible to get your thoughts. You disagree with that?
I disagree with that. I waited a year before I told any friends or family what I was working on, and that's because I didn't want ego to have to get involved too early. When ego gets involved, you end up spending your time defending it and explaining it instead of pursuing it. So I wanted to invest enough of my personal time in creating this crazy idea that I had. I worked at night and on the weekends on it until I knew I wouldn't turn back when I got doubt. And out of love, your loved ones will bring up things like my family was like, Sarah, if it's such a good idea, why hasn't anybody already done it? You know, even if this is a good idea, the big guys will knock you off in 6 months and you've spent your life savings on it. Had I heard those things the moment that I had the idea, I would probably still be selling fax machines or something else because faxes aren't really around anymore. But it's very true because ideas are the most vulnerable in the moment you have them. And it's also people's instinct to share the idea in the most vulnerable stage. Because you get an idea and you turn to your coworker, your husband, your wife, and you say, hey, I've got an idea. And out of love, they'll give you a list of like, hey, maybe you should consider this. And I didn't want that to happen. So intuitively, I waited a year before I sat my family down and they all thought I was crazy. They're like, wait, what? This is the idea you've been working on? I want to mention that I went into an industry that was in a double-digit decline. And I find that fascinating. A lot of people like to chase trend and where is everybody moving? And I'm interested in like what industries are sort of dying on the vine and why.
Your last message to the younger generation trying to become a billionaire in today's world.
Solve a problem, bet on yourself, and have fun.
There's billion-dollar ideas sitting in the ground from people that never took action. So what are you waiting for? It's time to take action.
Welcome to our December. This is the Cowboy Christmas here in Las Vegas. We have NFR Rodeo and Cowboy Christmas going on. So this is our holiday themed all cast meeting with a little cowboy twist on it. So hopefully you guys sit back, relax, enjoy what we're doing, get your pens and papers out. We're going to cover a lot of recapping throughout the year and kind of what we're looking for next year. So let's get moving along. What do you say, Karen? Hi, Karen. The mission statement, let's go right with that from the start so we don't ever forget it. We deliver an immersive adventure harnessing masterful showmanship, outrageous service, and an over-the-top experience every single day at every single business. Next, we're going to have up our next slide, which is obviously going to be the best factor. The excitement a guest feels from the moment they discover your venue, which reignites every time they remember their experience. For those of you in the cold north, you need a lot of reignitement. So make sure you got a lot of hot lit fires going on inside of your businesses out there. And that brings us to our winter reminders for those of you in the snow belts. Make sure you have plenty of salt and snow shovels that you can clear out your parking lots. You have some sort of deal to remove the snow. Make sure you clear out your gutters so they don't freeze up. If you get frozen gutters, that can cause the ice to freeze on your roof, which will add extra weight, which will cause leaks when the snow begins to melt. So you want to make sure your gutters are clear, your parking lots are clear, your front walkways are clear, throwing out plenty of salt or ice melt so that nobody slips and falls in your front entryways. You should have already had all of your coils cleaned and your filters changed. When you switch from air conditioning to heat, you want to make sure you clean all of your heat elements prior to firing those up. If you didn't, you probably smelled that weird fiery smell when you first turned them on, when all of the dust burned off of them. That's why you should get them cleaned prior to turning on the heat. Once that's done, heat it up and enjoy your winter. We don't really have that issue out here in Vegas where it's Cowboy Christmas. Other holiday reminders. If you have holiday hours, make sure that you have given them to your marketing teams, your social media teams, your staff, posted signs on your front door, ensuring that your guests know what your holiday hours are going to be. Also, make sure everybody understands that this is robbery season. Do extra drops on the front door, extra drops on your bar. Make sure you're extra diligent with escorting your entertainers to their cars, their staff. Do not close the clubs by yourself, the businesses by themselves. Do not open by yourself. Be extra diligent during this time of year. This is robbery season. People do like to come in and do burglaries during the holiday season. I don't know why, it's just the way it is. So make sure you're extra diligent about this. Be sure you're on top of all your security precautions, checking for any of the weapons at the front door. Make sure everybody's wearing masks, checking IDs extra hard. Check your security cameras before you leave. Check the club is empty before everybody leaves and there's only 2 of you left in the building. Make sure everybody's escorted to their cars. Make sure everybody is safe. If for some reason you are being robbed, always have your robbery plan together, that you're going to post some sign on the front door that says temporarily we are closed. This is to show your local police department that you may be being robbed right now and to put them on alert. Do not try to be superheroes during a robbery. We're not looking for you to save anything but your life. So give them the cash, give them whatever they want, get them out of your business without anybody being harmed. Your life is irreplaceable. The money, the merchandise, the equipment, we can replace at some point. Always remember to clock in and out correctly. Your payroll is super important. We're always trying to manage our costs, clocking in and out at your correct times, during your correct breaks, during your scheduled hours that you're supposed to be in the business are super important for you and the business. So help management do a better job of managing their payroll by ensuring that you clock in and out correctly. Always be sure before you clock out that you close all of your open tabs. Never leave open bar tabs. That makes it so that the computer system doesn't close down correctly and makes the job even harder for our bookkeepers and our managers to close down the business at the end of the night. So be sure to shut down all of those before you clock out. Make sure you get your registers Z'd. Whether you're a server or bartender, everybody should get their registers Z'd out before they clock out. Make sure everything is signed correctly by your guests. All of your receipts have to be signed. The math has to be correct. There cannot be any scribble marks. Managers, you have to check all of the credit card receipts to make sure that they're done correctly. Any mistake on a credit card receipt can cause a chargeback, which causes a loss of money, which means we can't get new cool Christmas presents for everybody. So make sure you do your credit card receipts correctly so we can get Christmas presents. Make sure your cash deposits are going to the bank every day or being picked up by an armored car service. Especially this time of year, we want to make sure we have no extra cash in any of our businesses. Make sure we are never violating any state, federal, or local laws. Stay within the law. You will always stay open. Your business will be successful over time. You will always have a place to work and you will have great Christmas presents. So make sure you do not violate state, federal, or local laws. Additional reminders that we're looking for out there. This is just kind of a recap of the last year's CAS meetings and managers meetings. We talked in the beginning of the year about growth and how to be successful. Once again, always look within yourself. How do you intend to grow with the company? How do you intend to grow with the business that you're with? How can you learn more stuff? How can you be more involved? That is all things that you have to decide to do. Look for areas that could maximize the profitability of the business that you're helping out. Is every corner of your building successfully creating income for the business? If not, imagine something that might work there. Check with your officer and let's launch something nobody's ever thought of before. That can also be growth. Your growth can be that you want to get more involved with more of the businesses or involved with a different department in the businesses. These are all those growths. Also look for other businesses out there that we could all possibly invest in together. You could become an investor if you found the right spot, the right location, the right business idea. So use your imaginations out there to help create growth. Stay competitive. The biggest competitor in every industry is you. You have to decide when you show up for work how hard you want to put in, how much effort you want to put in, how successful you want to be. You're the competitor. You only compete against your best record. If you did something amazing yesterday, all you've got to do is top that tomorrow, and your business is always going to do better. You're always going to do better. You are your biggest competitor. Make it a challenge to kick your own ass. Be a great competitor for yourself. work that hard that you're always impressed at the things that you achieve. Guerrilla marketing and promo attire. There's no success without getting out there and inviting guests to our business. People want to be invited. They want to be your guest. It's your job, everybody's job, to get out there and market the business. We've asked every club to at least pass out 300 or make 300 contacts every single day, whether that's cold calling, whether that's getting out there and giving passes to them physically at ball games, sporting events, at concerts, at parades, anything of the nature where we can find people and we can talk to them and we can give them a card to get them to come in. Make sure you're making friends with all of the other restaurants, hospitality businesses in your market, the hotels. So if they have a tourist that comes into town, or they have somebody that comes into their business and they're looking for something else to do, if they're looking for a new toy, if they're looking for a sports bar in addition to the visit they're at, if they're looking to sing karaoke, whatever they want to do, you become the spot that they suggest because you're their friend. You've gotten out there and met the public. And when you go on these guerrilla marketing experiences, if you're taking out a large group, everybody should be dressed the same. You should be wearing your brands. If you can't wear your brands, you should all be wearing the same outfit. So it's easy to tell you're all a part of the same business. You're a part of the same club. And if it's a good looking group of people and they look like they're having fun, we're all going to want to join that club. We all want to be a part of the cool crowd. So if you look, feel, and act like the cool crowd, people are going to want to join you, which means your business is going to be more successful and your guerrilla marketing is going to be more successful. If you just look like a bunch of bums that rolled out of bed and forgot to take a shower in the morning, unless you're Bed Bath & Beyond, that shit ain't going to work for us, folks. You got to be creative to create business. Get out there and work as a team. This isn't just up to some executive somewhere. This isn't just up to your managers. This is up to everybody to make the businesses successful. We've all got to do our part to win. Compliments versus complaints. So we have great hotlines out there. Go Best Listens, Club Concerns. Obviously, you can email any one of us at any time. All of these things are out there and available to all of you if you have anything that you need to discuss, any kind of questions you may have, any kind of complaints you may have. But these things can't be weaponized. Like, you can't use these things and make up fake stories. We can't do this to people. You're ruining other people's lives by making up a lie. And then we put in a huge amount of effort investigating something that isn't true. And that's just not fair to anybody. You're wasting a lot of time and effort. Do not weaponize what we've put into place to make every business better. Once it's weaponized, it's very hard to unweaponize it and then believe everything. What happens is you have a situation where somebody's cried wolf. And you cry wolf enough time, when you cry wolf and something really happens, you get eaten by the fucking wolf. Like, you can't keep doing this shit. Don't weaponize our hotlines. And also, they're meant for compliments also. Say something nice. If one of your managers is doing a great job, if one of your co-cast members is doing a great job, send us a message. Let us know people are doing a great job, that you're happy, that you're enjoying work. This is something that's working out. Because something that's doing very well at that club that you noticed as a cast member and made the compliment could be something we start doing at another club. You may have just caused an accidental ripple effect that creates growth for everybody because you noticed somebody doing something right. So take the time to give compliments through our hotlines and Go Best Listens. That would be awesome in 2026 to hear some nice things to go along with all of the other issues. And please, if you have true issues, if you have an anonymous complaint you need to make, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you, just don't fucking lie. Online reviews. We're looking for more online reviews. We started this last year. Somehow it fell by the wayside. If you get a positive review on any one of the sites, Google, Yelp, you name it, a nice compliment about yourself on Reddit. Yes, we look for Reddit stuff also. Anything that leads to your name being mentioned in a quality review, you get a $25 bonus. So every time somebody says, oh, you're really cute, say, good, give me the review. Obviously, we don't want them to say, hey, well, she's really cute. We're looking for an entire compliment about how the service was, how the experience was, everything that happened that night. Like, the more details, the better. So we're not just looking for, man, Karen's amazing. That's not going to be enough for the $25 bonus. We're going to need more details on why Karen is amazing, because she can do great things behind the scenes. She does all of the great graphic design work. She's an awesome studio producer. So these are the types of things that we're looking for inside of those reviews in order for that to equal a $25 bonus. But we have to get more reviews. Google's AI program is much smarter than it used to be. So it really, really looks for reviews that are done inside of the businesses. So if you can get it done right away in the business, that is even better, because Google recognizes that as a great review and bumps it up to the top. So as many as you can get while you're inside the club is absolutely fantastic. Make yourself some extra money just accepting compliments. Venue ambience, this big one is smells. We want looks and music to be great. Your club's got to sound good. Your bar's got to sound good. Your store's got to sound good. They got to look good. They got to have that feeling. They got to look good. But smells are so important. If you're running clubs with VIP rooms, you got to make sure those VIP rooms smell at least like cookies. You got to make them look like they're fresh. We're asking people to spend a couple $100s for an hour in one of these VIP rooms. A hotel room and some of the finest hotels are only a couple $100s for the entire night. I get the room for 24 hours. They give me fold down service. They put a little mint on my pillow. This is what we have to shoot for. If you have a bunch of torn furniture, you guys got to figure out a way to fix the furniture, change the furniture out, get on Craigslist, get some new couches. You can't leave your VIP areas looking like garbage. If you have seating inside of your boutique and the seating looks like trash, you got to get better seating in there. If that's where they go to put their shoes on, it's got to look nice. You can't have your butt stick to the chair that you're using when you're trying shoes on. It's just not going to make a successful sale. You've got to make sure that everything feels good and smells good, that your self smells good without being overly perfumey. The right amount of healthy smell, the room smelling nice, the club itself smelling fresh and nice. If it smells like an old stale dive bar, that's great if you're an old stale dive bar. But if you're a gentleman's club or you're a boutique or you're a nice restaurant, you can't smell like a shitty old dive bar. Your bathroom can't smell like shit. If you walk in there and it smells bad, you've got to solve the problem. You've got to make it so it doesn't smell bad every day. Whether the drains are backed up, whether the grease trap is backed up, whatever the issue is, you've got to fix it. If that's carrying out through the rest of your building, you've got to fix it. You can't use that as an excuse. If you go in and something smells bad when you first walk into the business, fix it. Make it smell good. Get rid of the stinky stuff. If you have a bunch of fruit flies, figure out where the flies are coming from. Nobody wants to sit at your bar and go like this. Come on, that's not an experience that's enjoyable for any human being. So fix the problems. Don't let them linger. Don't make them worse. Don't make it so at some point you've just run out of business. You're like, man, where'd all my business go? Well, I let the dancers rip people off. Well, I did a bad job of making sure the place was clean. Well, I never really did smell good because we couldn't fix that toilet. Oh, well, you know, it never really did look good because the lighting was all broken and busted up. Well, now you're out of business. And that's because you guys failed to maintain the property and ensure that your venue had fantastic ambience. All right, so on the screen is a QR code. What we're looking for in 2026 is we're looking for more leadership. We're looking for more managers. We're looking for more people to take on the responsibility and the roles of executives. So this is the manager's challenge for 2026. It's really not a difficult challenge. It's just about getting educated and getting involved and getting excited about your business. So scan the QR code that's on the screen so that you can take a look at what we are going to be looking for everybody to take the time to study and learn. So inside of that manager's challenge is step one. We need to ensure every club has the right manuals. So step one is, if you don't have manuals, get your manuals for every one of the positions that are listed inside of that challenge. Make sure those manuals are up to date for what is going to be happening in 2026. And after you've read all of those manuals, make the test for every one of those manuals and pass the test for every one of those manuals. So you're going to review all of your business and club manuals for every one of the positions that are inside of your business, your club, your bar, your restaurant. If you don't have manuals made, we can send you outline manuals, and then you can start working on making that manual specific to your business. That is objective number one of the manager's challenge, is to make sure we have great manuals at every business. Next, there is some TV shows that you're going to be asked to pay attention to just the first season of Bar Rescue and first season of The Bear. These are great shows about business operation, business design, how to work together, teamwork. It's a very, very enlightening couple of shows, especially their first season. Bar Rescue is still a good show. The Bear is still a good show, but they get a little more about the drama and the screaming and the yelling than they do the education. I found the first seasons of both of those shows to be very educational and informative. So check those out. Then there's some movies. Some of the movies are fun movies. Some of the movies are business movies. There's just the 4 movies. So check out those 4 movies. It'll help you understand how the world sort of repeats, and we keep on doing some of the same things that we've done in the past. So check out the movies that are on that list. We have Animal House, Old School, Wolf of Wall Street, and Burnt, which are great shows. Oh, look there, now it's in front of me. So once you have checked your manuals out, you have watched the TV shows, you have watched the movies, then there's some books to study. These are all books based around sales, service, entertainment, and upgrading, so to say. So check these out. You have the Customer Service Revolution, a great book. Be Our Guest by Disney, a timeless classic. Service That Sells, The Art of Profitable Hospitality, and Creativity Inc. All of these are great stories, great books. Pick them up. You can get them on audio tape. You can get them in paperback. You can get hardbacks. They have all of these books are available. Highlight the shit out of them. I'm sure you'll have great notes as you're coming along your pathway to being a great manager that you will want to reiterate for any new cast members. You may think some of this information should belong in your customized hospitality manual or your customized server manual. So make sure that you read these books, and there could be information in these books that you think would be beneficial to add to the manuals I just gave you the challenge to read, study, and understand. And if you do all of these things, then you will have the opportunity to join us in the 2026 Superstar Leadership Program. But if you haven't done those things, you're not going to Superstar Leadership. Superstar Leadership is only going to be for the people that have shown the interest and dedication in the business to have done the things that I just talked about. If you haven't done those things yet, don't even put your name in the hat. Get those done. Send me a message, Jason, cash@gobestbiz.com. I have finished all of the manager channels requirements, and I want to go to Superstar Leadership. And we're going to make that happen. Those dates are to be announced. Talking to you, Wolf, we got to get together and figure out when we're doing Superstar Leadership, but it will be throughout the summer. So we have a few months to get that done. That gives you guys about 90 to 180 days to get that list of challenges done so that you are ready to go and be a part of the Superstar Leadership Program, which is the most amazing training program ever created. You get to go to several different businesses, work with several different managers, different management concepts, and you get to learn all of the parts of our operation that makes a business successful. So Superstar Leadership is amazing, but you'll already be behind the 8 ball if you haven't done all the things that lead up to Superstar Leadership, which is the part that is the Manager's Challenge for 2026. All right. Inside of there is also what it takes to go from janitor to manager. So here's some other things that you should be looking at. You should be becoming very good at every one of those positions that you have inside of your club. Learn everything there is about every position. Make sure you have strong integrity and a great work ethic. Get out there and get involved. Be involved with finding some new cast members. If you want to be elevated to the next level, then you have to be great at finding somebody to replace you. You have to be great at coaching somebody to do the job you're currently doing so that you can move up to the next level and elevate. And then you can be the casting coach, which is training an entire team, building a team of people in one section or another of the operation, whether that's the boutique crew or that's the bartenders or the hosts, whatever it may be inside of your business that you would be the casting coach for. That's what that's all about. So congratulations. If you've made it to the next step, then you are a supervisor in training, which means Now you're managing a group of casting coach in theory. So you are the coach of the coaches and showing all of them how to properly run the show. You know how to do the bar, you know how to do the inventory. And if that is all fantastic and you've trained somebody to be the casting coach, now you've taught somebody to be a superstar in training, you can move up to the next level, which would be assistant manager. Get out there and practice your guerrilla marketing skills, resourcefulness. That means you can maintain the operation indoor and outdoor of the club without having to call everybody under the sun to do it for you. You got your hands dirty, you got involved. Welcome to the continuation of your assistant managing. Teach, guide, train, outrageous service. This means you really embody now all that it takes to be on the floor running the business. You understand most of what it takes to operate the back of the house of the business. You understand how to market and create new business. You understand the importance of keeping entertainment happening, and all of the people that work with us are a part of said entertainment. And then you've done all of these wonderful things, you become a manager. What does a manager do? A manager works for every one of the cast members. That's really what it's all about. As a manager, your job is to make sure every person that's on your cast is successful. If your bartender's in the weeds, you got to dive in and help them out. If your boutique representative isn't making sales, you've got to figure out how to get them to make more sales. If your cook is making bad steak, then you got to dive in and teach them how to make a better steak. This is what managing is all about. A manager is the bottom of the pyramid, as our friend JC would say. So at the bottom, you're helping everybody else succeed. And if you can make every person on your cast successful, guess what you're going to be? That's correct. Successful. It is that easy. So remember, as the manager, you're working for the entire cast. Then you get to bump up to the assistant general manager if your club has such a position. Not every business has assistant general manager, but if you do, congratulations, you get that job. You're getting more involved with the day-to-day operation. You're running the club all by yourself. Your GM may have gotten involved with some other business opportunities within the group, within our network of fun. So you've got to take on that role. You've got to be the GM when the GM's not around. You're the one that making sure every guest is happy, every cast member is doing their job. You're taking on a lot more responsibility, but you're still in that management world. So you're still working to make sure every one of your cast is successful and that every one of your managers and assistant managers are successful. And if you've done all of that, then you've gone from janitor to general manager. And there you go. You are the devil in the details guy. You're the one responsible for everything. You're making sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. You are making sure that everything under your umbrella is successful. Everybody is having a great time. If you're the GM, you've got to be out and about constantly. You've got to know everybody in town. You got to know everybody in your club. You cannot be a general manager hiding in the office of any of the businesses. It's just not possible. You are the lead politician. You are the president of that business. You can't do that hiding from people in the business. If you don't like people, you should not be a general manager, because your job as general manager is to build an amazing team of people. And then you've got to also cater to an amazing team of entertainers and or salespeople. And on all businesses to be successful have to cater to a less amazing group of guests. No, they're still amazing, but you have to work with them. You have to make sure that their needs are met. No matter what business it is, a business is not successful if they are not taking care of the people that are buying the stuff from them. And that's your job as a general manager. You got to know those people. You got to know what they want. You got to know what they need. You've got to fulfill those fantasy, those dreams. You got to make shit happen. You don't get to make excuses because you've taken on the role of the lead dog. You're taking on all of that responsibility. There is nobody else to blame. You can't say, I told them. You're the fucking big cheese. You just got to make shit happen. If you aren't making shit happen, then you're not a general manager. You need to go back down to being a supervisor in training so you can learn the tools you need to be a general manager again, because a general manager is just that. They're the general. Yes, they still are making sure everybody under them and above them are successful, but they're taking all of the responsibility in that leadership role. So there are no excuses for general managers. And now I'm going to bring in my friend Summer, and she's going to tell us about what's going on with Showgirl of the Year because she is on the committee. What's going on with Showgirl of the Year?
Well, it's in the planning stages, obviously, and you have all seen the lovely poster that was made by our gorgeous Karen over here, our master. You can see the schedule here. We have the first place, second place, and third place prizes set. And the next thing that's going to happen is you will get an email asking which date you want to host your locals and regionals. So look out for that. And finals are in Kalamazoo, October 17th.
They're going to Kalamazoo. How exciting is
Yes.
that? Let's go to the zoo. Let's go to the zoo. They have like 3 Showgirl of the Years out of Kalamazoo right now that are touring about. Zelda, she didn't win, but she's still on tour. Ginger and Haley. Yeah, she does amazing stuff.
They're all amazing.
They're all amazing.
That's why they're traveling. They're lovely showgirls.
Then that turned into
Yeah.
features. So this actually is a springboard to a future of being on tour all over the world and being involved in contests and events. And I hope Ginger had fun. We certainly had fun with you, Ginger, if you're listening. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being a great Showgirl of the Year. You'll always be on our list of who we're going to bring to do fun shit. So hopefully you'll be willing to come out and be a part of any of our events that we have going on.
Love Ginger.
Yes.
She's a Barbie.
She's in the Barbie world. Yes. Sparkle Barbie like you.
She's a
All right.
Barbie.
So that's what's going on with Showgirl of the Year. We're going to move into the
Yay. So we have the Scotty report. We have
woohoo.
some awesome venues to shout out. And week 43 for an 11-week streak, the new historical best and an ongoing streak. Deja Vu Showgirls in Lansing. Woo! And then ending week 41 for a 3-week streak, Deja Vu Showgirls in Flint. Good job. Woo! And ending week 42 for an 18-week streak,
Wow.
Deja Vu Showgirls in Tampa.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Is 18 weeks a new record?
I,
Scotty,
well,
we need to
Scotty,
know if there is a record for the most weeks of hitting their goal and
That's
what
a-
that number
that's
is
a lot of
going to
weeks.
be. I know, because
That's a
that'd be
lot.
something to challenge people for 2026. Like
Yeah.
who can hit the most goal weeks in a row?
That would be an
Be like a
historical
new,
best.
there'd be like a prize for that. We should come up with a prize for that.
Okay, we'll put that on the list.
All right.
Good.
It'll be in our January announcements.
And then ending week 48 for 9 weeks straight, Trophy Club in Greenville. Good job. Good job, y'all. And these are some more weekly sales highlights. And notice if there's a little star next to the name, that means they beat the weekly sales goal by at least $10,000. So just keep that in mind. Week 39, Deja Vu Showgirls in Kalamazoo. Good job. Woo. And week 40, Barely Legal in New Orleans. Good job. Woo.
All right, Shane and friends.
Week 41, I put wow because Hustler New Orleans exceeded the goal more than anyone. It was like $30,000.
Wow.
Crazy exceeded their goal and an historical best.
A new historical best?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Wow. Great
For their
job
sales,
down there.
yes. Woo.
Wow.
Good job,
Congratulations.
New Orleans. And then, of course, week 41, Barely Legal. And I believe that was Lansing.
Lansing.
Yes. Lansing all over it today.
Lansing, Greenville.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And see the start, they beat their weekly sales goal by.
Now,
at
if I'm a
least
cast member and
10,000.
I see this, you know what I'm thinking to myself? I've got to go figure out what makes Greenville
What are
so
they doing?
successful. What
Yes.
are they doing?
Exactly.
What a great time of year to go down to South Carolina. I mean, it's cold most places, but it's not cold in South Carolina. So you can go down, play some golf, and check out the Trophy Club.
Yes, go play golf.
I would
Yes.
suggest going to figure out what's going on in Lansing in the summer.
Yes, go see
Yes.
Miss Tina. Get some mocktails. They're amazing. So week 42, 43, 44, 45, Trophy Club Greenville, and Deja Vu Showgirls in Lansing just killed it all these weeks. Good job, y'all.
Crushing.
Woo! And then week 46, Barely Legal in New Orleans. Yay, New Orleans. And then week 47 and 48, Trophy Club in Greenville again. Definitely book your trip to go play golf with Jason.
Hey, you can take me golfing. I'm in. Let's go.
And week 49, Deja Vu Showgirls in Lansing. Good job.
All right.
Woo! And now we have superstars. Yay.
Tammy gave us a heart, and so did Cam. That was cute. I've
That
never
is
gotten
cute.
hearts
I
before.
see the little hearts. That's so cute. Okay. Do we want to move for this? Hustler Club in Shreveport. They're going all out. IPEs, Sarah, Magnolia, Asia, Zoe, and Sophia Luna, and Aspen.
Wow.
All of those IPEs. Look, some have 2 superstars.
How do you get
That's
2?
amazing.
Oh, more than one person
Oh.
sent you a compliment? That's another way to send out information. Not only can you send us a compliment on the hotlines about somebody that's done a great job and why, you can send them, anybody can send another person a superstar award, right?
Yes, that
So you
is
can
correct.
go on the portal, which is on the Go Best website, and you can
Yes.
nominate anybody for a superstar award. And if it's a very good superstar award, they may even get a bonus, right? And if they get a lot of them, they may win the award for the superstar of the year, because that's given away every year at our award ceremony. The
Oh,
person with the
yes.
most superstars for the year
Yes, they do.
gets to come to our big party,
Yeah.
to be determined where we're having next big party, but they get to come to the big party and celebrate with us and have a great time and get the award for the most superstar awards or nominations.
It's always an amazing party.
It is.
Go
You didn't get to
Bestie
go.
party.
Sorry, Summer.
I didn't, but I was there in spirit.
Yes.
I just wanted to read these real quick because I thought they were really funny and cute.
Oh,
So, IPE Sarah and Magnolia. Sarah is beautiful and her snort is awesome.
her snort. All
That's
right,
what her
Sarah.
superstar says. And then Magnolia.
I cannot wait to meet Sarah
I
when I go
know,
to
right?
Shreveport. I am going to do everything I can to make her snort.
It must be amazing. She got a superstar for it.
Right, to get an award for snorting,
Yes.
that's a talent.
And then Magnolia has the most beautiful face, body, and energy. She is kind, sexy, positive, and the most attractive lady by far.
Somebody's got a Magnolia crush.
Dang. Way to go, ladies.
Yeah, good job, everybody, for your superstar awards down there in
Yes.
Shreveport. Keep them coming.
Terrence, Carly, Cheyenne, they're always, Barback Peyton. What's that, Barback Peyton? Good job.
Good job.
Yay,
Barbara.
Shreveport.
Going on to Kalamazoo.
Yes, the GM Cameron Hawkins was nominated.
I know I
for
get
a
those two
superstar.
Camerons confused.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Cameron?
I don't know,
Cameron is
we
everywhere.
refer to him as Hawkins now because there's too
Okay.
many Camerons in Michigan.
Okay.
Mr. Hawkins did a great job.
Good job. And then Kaylee. Good job, Kaylee.
All right.
Woodwick. Yay. And then Little Darlings in Kalamazoo, Michael Hostetler.
Nice.
Good job.
Good job, Michael.
And then bartender Justin had a good one.
Made a lot of pot tails. He makes amazing pot tail
Probably.
Ritas.
Okay. He is a very cool guy.
Because you're high.
He's a very cool guy.
That's a good
Is what awesome to talk to, does his job very well. Make sure that our drinks are filled. A very awesome employee. An 11 out of 10
An 11 out of 10.
guest service.
Wow, Justin.
Right?
You did a great job for that person. Keep up the good work.
Guess where he's at? In Lansing.
That's what it says.
Of course. Right? They got all the sales. They did really well on the sales board.
They did.
So good job, Justin.
Well,
And then
Tampa.
Tampa, Rena, and GM Daryl.
D Boogie.
D,
I hope it's because
is that
he can-
bougie or boogie? I'm curious. We can say either one. Somebody let me know. I'm curious.
And why are you Boogie?
Yeah,
You have a
tell us
dancing
the
habit when you're
story.
walking around the floor.
It actually doesn't say why his name is in here. Oh, so,
Or are you just bougie?
but
Or Do you have a boogie in the cave?
A bougie and boogie. I like that. Okay. Let's go to Barely Legal in New Orleans, bartender Stevie, and then IPE's Tatum and Megan. Good job, everybody.
Yay.
Woo-hoo. And then Hustler Club in New Orleans, Montrell, Ross, and Shelby Garcia. Good job. Woo. I think actually I have a good one for Montrell too. Sorry, I think these are amazing. So I want to read them. Montrell is like a ninja.
A ninja.
Yes, he's quiet, but does the job. Always has a smile on his face, never calls out sick, and will always come in to help out if we are shorthanded.
All right, Ninja Ross.
Awesome. Ninja Ross. That's, there you go. He's going to have another nickname
Right.
on the next superstar. And then Hustler Club in St. Louis, Sienna, Vanessa, IPE, Rhea. Good job. Woo! And then Boutique Erotica in Washington Park, Holly Elser, Angel. I think that's her last name. Angel and Holly. Hey, y'all. Hey.
Good job. Woo.
And then Deja Vu Showgirls in Oklahoma, Bizzo. I just think that's fun to say. And then Jem, Brandon, Bear, Jessica, and IPE Nova. Woo-hoo! Good job, Oklahoma. I hope y'all are wearing your boots today. They should be, right?
They should be. It's Cowboy Christmas Day.
Mhm.
Everybody's got to be wearing it. Well, in Oklahoma, they probably always are wearing cowboy boots. Like
Sure.
that's like saying to a group from Dallas, "Are you wearing your cowboy boots?"
Just making sure.
Okay,
Just
good double
checking.
check.
Just send me a picture. Let's Stockton. What's up, y'all? Howdy. I told Reggie I would howdy. Howdy,
That was
partner.
Reggie Howdy.
What's it? Yeah, it's a thing.
He did get you
Hey,
a tattoo.
Stockton.
There's definitely a bond there.
I do. I was talking to Daniela and floor host Alex. Love you guys. Good job. Woo! Yay, Stockton. And then in Vegas, server India. Good job, India. Woo!
Good job, India.
And now we are at the Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year finale from the marketing team.
Let's see something.
And our friends across the country that submitted a video. So if you didn't submit your video, it ain't in here.
That looks about right. Can't believe it rained.
Happy holidays from the Go Best marketing team.
Hose. 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 Hose.
Everywhere we make like that.
Oh,
That
those
was
are
great.
so cute.
I love the high five at the end.
That was sweet.
All right. Well, from all of us to all of you, me personally, I want to wish all of you guys a great holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, happy and Merry Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate out there. Hopefully you get time to spend with your family, your friends. You get to enjoy the holiday season. Have great spirits out there. Make sure to be kind, do nice things for other people, and nice things will be done for you. This will be our last meeting of the year. So I also want to tell you all, thank you for a fantastic year. I had a wonderful time with all of you that I got to meet, that I got to spend time with, that we got to do things together. Thank you all so much for the hard work that you've put in, the successes that we've had. And let's go into 2026 with one resolution. Let's just kick 2025's ass. Let's work together and make everything even more amazing in 2026. So Happy New Year would be the last statement.
Happy everything.
Happy everything.
Yay. And if you're going to kick 2025's ass, put your boots on.
Yes. You got to do it Texas style. All right, everybody. See you all later. See you next year. Bye.